David, thanks. Tomorrow is Veterans Day, and right now there is a growing concern, especially for our young veterans returning home from the War on Terror. But something as simple as yoga or meditation may help them cope with the unseen wounds of war. NBC 15's Carleen Wild reports on a groundbreaking study.
One day you may have nothing happen to you. The next day you may take gunfire from somewhere you can't identify. 2 days later, you may get hit by an IED, again from nowhere, nothing that you can identify. So the only thing that remained constant is frustration.
Stationed in Iraq between August of 2005 and November of 2006, Rich Lowe was part of the 1st Infantry Unit, whose deployment was ever extended under former Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld and President Bush. He is home, back at work, and enjoying a pretty good life. But even 5 years later, Rich continues to do everything he can to heal his mind from the scars of war and help his fellow soldiers do the same, which is why he recently signed up for a study at the Weissman Center and the Center for Investigating Healthy Minds on the UW campus.
It was truly just another opportunity to, I guess, help in a study that may lead to something.
The focus of a new documentary called Free the Mind, Professor Richie Davidson is studying whether yoga, breathing, and meditation can help reduce the high level of anxiety and arousal among veterans.
I didn't have any expectations, actually. I was trying to be as open-minded as I could. I didn't expect to get as much out of it as I did.
We certainly expected that these methods would be beneficial. What was surprising is that in at least a few of these returning veterans, the changes that we saw were fairly dramatic. The situation with returning veterans is one that I think has commanded our national attention. Veterans are returning and they have witnessed all kinds of trauma, have been in horrific situations, and they come back really suffering. The incidence of post-traumatic stress disorder among this group is skyrocketing. The incidence of suicide, of domestic violence is skyrocketing, of drug abuse. There clearly is a need to figure out things that we can do to help reduce suffering.
And that was Carleen Wild reporting. The study involves a short 6-day intensive intervention, but then service members and veterans are asked to practice what they've learned on a regular basis. CIHM is recruiting in January for its next round of trials. For more information, log on to NBC15.com and click on news links.
And for veterans struggling with PTSD or other addiction issues, another form of help is on the way here. Last May, I told you about a Milwaukee organization called Dry Hooch. It's a coffee shop where veterans and their families dealing with addiction or post-traumatic stress disorder can go to get help and peer-to-peer counseling. Well, tonight, Dry Hooch co-founder Bob Curry tells me he will announce tomorrow that Madison is getting its own Dry Hooch chapter in 2012 and is receiving a grant to help veterans here in legal trouble because of mental or physical injuries they have suffered in war. So watch for more details tomorrow on NBC 15 News.